Welcome back, guys. KimbroNator here. We got our special guest, Rowan, in the house.
How's it going, guys?
Alrighty, man. Week 9 was a exciting and fun weekend. A lot of upsets. Not a lot of upsets, but some. The big one would be the Raiders showed up. So we're going to get into this week's picks here in a second. So do what you do and do it well. Alrighty, Rowan. We're going to let
Well,
you have the first pick here.
so game one, Thursday night football, prime time. It's Chicago and Carolina, and I am gonna go with Carolina in this game. I think they're the better team.
Carolina. I got you, man. I think I'm going to go with Chicago. I just have a feeling, it's rumor mill that Fields is going to be back, but they're not doing so hot. I'm going to give the edge to them. Maybe they'll show up and play. So next up, we got Indianapolis playing New England in Germany, and it's an early game, almost like a neutral site location. It's almost like a holiday for the guys traveling over there. It's a big fanfare that they do. The game is scheduled for 6:30 a.m. Most of us
Pas-
will be asleep when the game is played.
That's Pacific time,
I
but
know. So, right, exactly. It's Pacific time according to this here, but Central time that's like 8:30. Yeah, it's 8:30 a.m., right? Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. Then
Yeah.
Easter time's 9:30.
Yeah, so it's
So,
a craziness. What do you think?
in this one, I've got Indianapolis. I think they're just a better team than New England. I think Gardner Minshew's just better than Mac Jones, and I think they'll take him down.
You go with Indianapolis. I'm going to go with Indianapolis as well. I just don't think New England can handle it. Alrighty. Next up, we got Cincinnati and Houston. They're playing in Cincinnati. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I mean, what more? Your favorite quarterback? They've they've checked
second
in, man.
favorite, second
Second,
favorite.
who's your first?
Dak,
Dak.
Dak Prescott,
Dak.
obviously.
Right.
Well,
So go ahead.
I mean, Houston, don't get me wrong. Houston has looked very good. D'Amico Ryans looks like a great coach, and obviously CJ Stroud looks like maybe the best rookie quarterback ever right now. But I gotta still go with Cincinnati. They are on fire in Cincinnati. I think they'll take it.
I agree with you. I think they're all getting healthy right now too. Cincinnati is, and so it's truly showing the last few games. So I'm gonna go with Cincinnati as well. New Orleans versus Minnesota
I'm gonna
in
go New
Minnesota.
Orleans here. I'm
You're
gonna
gonna go
go
with New
New.
Orleans.
I'm gonna go with New Orleans.
You're gonna go to New Orleans. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Minnesota. I feel like Minnesota's been on a roll here. They're looking pretty good. They lost Kirk Cousins, but the backup has stepped up in and they've done a pretty good job. They've actually moved up a couple spots in power rankings in the NFL rankings. So kind of curious to see what happens.
Hmm.
Good deal. The Packers travel to Pittsburgh.
And you know what? Pittsburgh has not like outgained any of their opponents up to this point in the season. And I think they'll do that again, and I think they'll still beat Green Bay. I've got Pittsburgh in this one.
Pittsburgh, I agree with you. Green Bay's on a rebuilding year, it seems like. So I don't have faith in them. They've been on and off this season. So I'll go with Pittsburgh as well. Tampa Bay versus Tennessee playing in Tampa Bay.
This one is going to be a interesting game to be frank, but I'll go with Tampa here. I think they got to get a win.
They do. Coming off the loss to Houston, which, I thought they had the edge on Houston, but, you know, they got to win against Tennessee. It's going to be a close game, I would still think. I'd give the edge to Tampa Bay as well. Oh, man. San Francisco in Jacksonville.
Now this is going to be my craziest take probably because
Yeah?
it would be really wild if this happened. But I have San Francisco losing their fourth in a row, and
Do
I
you
have
really?
Jacksonville taking them down. Both coming off.
Wow.
I think they're both coming off bye weeks. I think Jacksonville will take them down.
Wow. I'm gonna call you the man. If you can pick that, more power to you. I I'm not that brave. I'm gonna stick with my guns. I feel like San Francisco is going to be a little bit more healthy. And I'm going to go with San Francisco. Cleveland at Baltimore.
This is the battle of likely the two best defenses in the league. Of course, you made that video earlier
Exactly.
today. Check that out, guys. Showing how you believe Cleveland is the best. I believe personally that I think Baltimore has proven that they are the best unit in the league, and I think it won't matter because I think Lamar Jackson is gonna just rain fire down on that Browns defense, and as they take the win.
I agree with you 100%. In that video, I did highlight the yardage and points, but there's another key factor that I didn't talk about in that video. You kind of nailed it on the head. It's points. Baltimore's not allowing a whole lot of points to be scored on them. So I would have to give the edge to Baltimore too. They're at home. Cleveland, I think their offense is struggling a little bit compared to what Baltimore's got on their offense. So I would have to give my edge to Baltimore. Being there at home too. It's going to be a good game. I don't think it'd be a blowout. I think it'd be a good game. Atlanta at Arizona. I mean, I hate to say it this way. I don't look for Arizona to win another game this season. I think they won their Super Bowl of the year, beating the Cowboys, and they may not win another game. I hate to say it. That's my opinion.
I have Arizona winning this game.
You have Arizona winning. I'm gonna
I
go
have.
with okay. All right.
I, Kyler Murray's back. I don't trust Atlanta at all. I've got Arizona pulling it out.
All right. Arizona. You have Arizona. I'm gonna take Atlanta. I'm taking that dive. Next up, Detroit and LA playing the Chargers.
Detroit. I mean, for me, this is a no-brainer. I know
Right?
Atlanta. I know the Chargers coming off a nice win against a really good Jets defense, but the Lions. I mean, they are. I mean, they're just different.
They are, and if they're all healthy and together, I agree with you. But man, Chargers, they showed up to play. They played the Jets a great game. And, it was a little bit more lopsided in the stats category. So hats off to their defense. So, all righty. I'm going to go with Detroit as well. All right. Our Cowboys playing the Giants.
So, Seattle versus Washington is going to be a really interesting game. I don't.
You're just skipping over it. You're not even stopping
They're
on it.
starting their fourth string quarterback, New York. I mean, Dallas beat them by 40 in New York with Daniel Jones and a healthy O line. With a banged up O line, backup quarterback. I mean, in Dallas, where Dallas has suddenly. It's weird that Dallas is suddenly so good in AT&T Stadium. I remember in the Tony Romo era, they were garbage in AT&T Stadium.
Right?
Like they one year they went 8-0 on the road and 4-4 in AT&T Stadium. But
Man.
I mean, I got Dallas by like 100 points here. This is gonna, and now they're gonna lose by like a last second field goal. Now that I've said that, but
Well, they lost by the Arizona, so anything can
yeah,
happen. So I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Cowboys. Seattle playing Washington in Seattle.
I view this as a get right game for Seattle. I think they're gonna beat just a free falling Washington team. I know they had a win against New England last week, but I just I just think Seattle's just gonna massacre them. In all honesty,
Yeah. All right. All right. I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Seattle as well. Next up, we got New York Jets traveling to Vegas, playing the Raiders. And I've got the field. I'm already got my seats ready to go for the game on the stream here, my friends. So, who do you got in this game?
I would like you to make the first pick on this one since you made that
Well,
video earlier this week.
we'll do. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I feel like the Raiders, I'm going to say it this way. All of those guys know that this season is kind of it's in their hands to determine where they go from here. If they keep a spot, they're cut because they've lost their coaching staff basically. They've cleaned the front office up a little bit, and So now they're all hands on deck, and it's like they're giving 120% the rest of the season. And some of the weaker players may play a little bit stronger than they normally would play. It's just how I feel. I think they're going to show up to play more so in this game than they have the rest of the season. And hey, they got something to fight for. That's just all I'm saying. What's your thought?
You know what? I agree with everything you said, and that's
Yep.
why I am taking the New York Jets in this one. I just got a feeling, and they're just. I think they know they just gotta survive a couple of weeks,
They do
and
too.
then Aaron Rodgers is back, and it's a completely different ball game, even post Achilles injury. It's a completely different ball game when you got number 8 back there.
Oh, did you hear the rumor mill too going around? He was on Hot Mic.
I did not hear that.
He was on Hot Mic the other night during the game after the game was over. Um, I don't know who he was talking to, but one of the other players for the opposing team, I just went blank on who they're playing just now.
The Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers. He was talking to somebody, and they flat out asked him, "When will you be back?" And he said, "In a couple weeks." He literally said a couple weeks.
Yeah,
I kid you not. I don't see it, but is
he
that
walked.
just is that like just him just talking to talk, or I mean,
I believe I heard I believe he said he started jogging. Like he was walked into the stadium too. I mean, he doesn't have a brace or a concussion. I mean, not concussion, crutches.
well,
So
I it's crazy, man. After seeing that injury, I thought he would have been down for the year. There's no way he's coming back from that. So if he comes
uh
back, that's gonna be amazing.
yeah, it would be.
Alrighty, we got you're picking the Jets. I got the Raiders. Last up, Denver travels to Buffalo.
I mean, I've got I would be very happy if Denver pulled this off. I'm a big Russell Wilson fan, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I mean, they have to win this game.
no
Buffalo
kidding.
if Buffalo loses this game, it's code red in in Bill's
Yes,
Mafia. So
I agree with you. I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. So those would be my picks as well. So alrighty, guys, you too can join with us. We haven't had anybody join yet, so it's never too late. The code will be in the description of the video below. Be sure to join in and do your picks. If you get them in before Thursday night, you can get them in at least 5 minutes before the game starts. You can still get picks, and even if it is on Sunday. So be sure to drop your picks in. If you sign in, if you have any issues, just send me a little message on the comments below. So, Rowan, do you have anything before we drop off?
it won't be that hard to beat us, as you can probably tell. So go ahead and join that pick'em league.
Right on, right on. So, alrighty, guys. Well, thank you guys for stopping in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and you guys can help me help us beat that YouTube algorithm. Get out there to more people. All right, we'll see y'all later.